It's finally time for my favorite holiday tradition. We are hacking Dollar Tree Christmas trees today. Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Shannon from TheDailyDIYer.com and I've been hacking these Christmas trees for over 5 years now, but I can guarantee today's DIYs are going to top them all. But first up is a quick tip and hack that's going to take you less than a minute and it's going to change the way these Christmas trees look. I'm sure we all kind of fluff our trees so that the branches are tilted upwards. Well, instead of up, let's tilt them down. I'm going to show you the big difference in the way these look. And yes, these trees are pretty sparse. They look kind of like Charlie Brown Christmas trees, but whenever you pull the branches down, it looks a little bit more intentional. It gives it a little bit more of a rustic look than a more like tattered, sad Christmas tree look. I'm loving this look so much better. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Now let's put these Christmas trees to work. This is a wood box I am pretty sure I made like 10 years ago. If you have been around from the beginning with my channel, you know we started with woodworking. And so this was a simple, basic, beginner-friendly wood DIY that I created. And yes, I've hung on to it that long. We're gonna put some Christmas trees in here. And if I can find the tutorial for this wood box, I will link it down below for you too, because I may have made a video tutorial on how to make it. So all I've done is put little bricks of styrofoam into the wood box, one for each one of the Christmas trees we're going to use. You also want to pull off the plastic bottoms of these trees. That just leaves the nice metal piece for us to stick down into the styrofoam. If you're going to be putting this up against a wall, you're not going to see the back, you can go with 3 Christmas trees. If you're going to use it for a centerpiece, I would recommend using 6 Christmas trees and double them up. So doubling them up obviously makes them look much more full, and also that trick of just pulling those branches downwards instead of up gives them a totally different look too. Next, I was digging for some Spanish moss. I have none left, but I did have some green reindeer moss, so we're going to use that to cover up the styrofoam. Use what you have on hand, and actually, this is kind of like one of those happy little accidents because I actually really love this natural green moss look in there. As always, I will be linking all the supplies I'm using today down in the description box below. If you're on a TV, there isn't a description box for you to click on, but if you grab your phone, tablet, computer, you'll be able to expand that description box, and that's where all the links will be for you. Yes, moss is very messy, but you don't need to be scared of it. If you have the proper tool to clean it up, this is going to change your life. Grab a dust buster. Obviously, mine needs to be cleaned out. I use it a lot. It is so handy. Gets rid of all of the mess just as quick as that. So maybe add that to your Christmas wish list, to add to your craft stash, your craft room. Keep it handy. Obviously, I did mine. So now let's talk about these Christmas trees. You could leave them plain. I mean, keep them simple, put them out, they look beautiful, or you can start decorating them. And I decided to add some fairy lights to mine, one for each one of the Christmas tree, just kind of tuck them down in. This next part, I actually drew inspiration from a juniper fir tree that's in our backyard. Look at the beautiful blueberries on this. So I think red berries are probably traditional in our decor, but you can also draw inspiration from nature. So that's what I did. I actually had some blueberries from a fall design that I did, gosh, years ago now. So these have been just hanging out all that time. So I just took them all off of the stems and tucked a few into each one of the trees. I am absolutely loving the rustic, more natural look of this display. So pretty. I didn't glue anything in, so I'm able to actually take this all apart, put it away, use it in different ways next year or for different holidays and seasonal decor. And of course, that box can be used year round too. Let's do a quick DIY that's a little bit more out of the box. Yes, you're going to need one of those Christmas trees. Grab some wire cutters and start snipping off some of the branches. We're going to take one of the longer ones and kind of cut it in half, but not equal parts. We want them one a little bit taller, one a little bit shorter. And then look at these cute wooden spools I found on Amazon. Those will be linked in the description box. I'm just hot gluing those 2 pieces of Dollar Tree Christmas tree down into it. So cute, but maybe you can find some of those spools at the thrift store. Maybe you have some in your craft stash. So cute to kind of make the little trunk of our mini Christmas tree. We're going to dress this up even further using some red and white twine. I'm just going to wrap the center of it. I'm not going to wrap it crazy, just enough to get one layer all the way around the middle. I left that tail long whenever I tied it up at the beginning so that I could use that to tie off the tail at the end and then snip off any excess. These are so quick and easy to make. You can make several of them. They are so cute when you display them together. A great addition to our Christmas kitchen. These would be cute if you have kind of a rustic Christmas vibe or if you have a vintage Christmas vibe. Love this one. So quick and easy and so cute too. Here's another easy tip. Add ribbon to your everyday decor. So I have these candlesticks up year round. I just used a little bit of this ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I wait till it goes 50% off. So this roll was only $2. I literally just tied a knot of it and a string of it around the candlestick, and it made it more Christmassy. I love that. It's easy. I love this ribbon. I think you can get something similar on Amazon, so I'll try to link some below if you can't find it at Hobby Lobby. But that's segueing into our Christmas tree DIY here. So I am going to use a little clear command style hook at the top of my picture frame or my window here, and we're going to hang kind of like a Christmas swag up here. So I have 2 of the Christmas trees. We're going to interlock them together, but the first thing you need to do is bend the wire. So I bent it a little bit here, but I'm going to bend it even more here, like you can see right here, so we can interlock these. I again didn't use glue or wire or anything. I just used the branches of the tree to kind of intertwine it all to keep these 2 trees together. Now we're going to go ahead and fluff up all that greenery, and then I have to show you this accent piece we're going to add onto the front of this. I went to an Oktoberfest and found the cutest vintage kids snowshoes. Are these not the cutest thing? I am loving the little leather detail on these as well. I am actually going to tie them onto the front of this swag using that same ribbon. That's a great way to tie your Christmas decor in, is to use the same elements throughout the space. So again, I'm not going to use glue or anything here. I'm going to use the ribbon to tie the snowshoes onto the front of the greenery, make a loop at the top so I can hang it, and then I'm going to tie a little bit more ribbon on the front to let it hang down for decorative purposes. This came together so beautifully. The Dollar Tree Christmas trees are kind of just that accent piece behind it, giving it that snowy Christmas vibe, adding a little bit of color with the ribbon, but really this helps to display those snowshoes beautifully, and you can see I also added a little bit of those blueberries in there as well. These battery-powered mini taper candles from Amazon were all the rage last year, so I'll link them down below for you. They are amazing. I love them so much. You add a AA battery, twist the top back on, and they light up. So you get a ton in a pack. Again, I'll link them down below for you. They come with a remote control, which makes them even easier. You can turn them to stay on. They have a flicker effect. You can turn up and down the brightness, and there's a timer. But I love the off and on feature, so you're able to, you know, not have to turn each one on. They also come with these little clips that's what we're going to work on here. We're going to take this up a notch. I found these super cute kind of tart tin antique style candle clips on Amazon. They'll be linked down below. They are really pretty and vintagey looking, except for that really bright gold color. So we're going to tone it down with my absolute favorite crafting supply right now, this gold paint. It's like a pot of gold in liquid form, and it's just amazing. You do have to wear gloves though, so definitely wear some gloves if you're going to be using this. You just need a paintbrush, and a teeny tiny bit goes a long way. But you'll see the magic happen here. We're just going to paint this onto that gold and tone it down, make it look a little bit more vintage and antique. This process goes super quickly. I think I did a whole candle holder in like less than 2 minutes, and the stuff dries really quickly too, so you're able to kind of get through them, let them dry, and then get to decorating. So I love that too. So that'll be linked down below. You can see the side by side here. I want to show you the left is the unpainted, the right of course is the painted, so you can see what a difference just one coat makes. And that's all I did, one coat on each one of those. All right, so loving the look of these. Let them sit, let them rest, let them dry, and then we can start decorating them, because yes, this is still a Christmas tree hacks video, so that's where this comes into play. I cut up some excess little branches that I had, and you'll see those here again in just a second, but let's get those candles into the candle holders. So we're going to take the little metal tabs on the candle holders, bend them back because these candles are a little bit big for these candle holders, but we're gonna make it work. And the secret ingredient is this space tape from Dollar Tree. If you haven't seen this before, it's in their hardware section. It's kind of a thick, gummy silicone tape, and it comes with a clear backing that you'll take off. Bend that in half, bend it in half again so it makes a nice chunky piece of adhesive. Stick that down on the inside of the candle holder. Put the candle down into the adhesive and then bend those metal tabs back up, and that is going to securely keep your candles in place for you. All right, so here's what we have so far. Nice little clip for our candles. And then we're gonna decorate it up with those little sprigs from our Dollar Tree Christmas trees. They're metal, they bend, so they just kind of like wrap around the base of your candle holder, and you just wrap it around, it's ready to go. It just kind of decorates it up a little bit more, and it looks so, so cute. And then you can start clipping them onto your Christmas tree. We're gonna make an elevated looking kind of Christmas scene display. This is a Christmas tree I used and did a hack with a few years ago. So if you wonder what I do with all of the crafts that I make, I save them and I usually repurpose them. I'll take them apart, use them for other things, and that's what we're doing today. So we're pulling this thing back out. You can see I just added a bunch of little mini pine cones onto it, glued them on there to give it a different look. And now I have a wood slice, which is left over from my daughter's graduation party. I always keep those things too. And we're gonna drill a hole into the side of our wood slice to put the Christmas tree in. Also showing you my drill, which is an Athena drill by Natalie over at Design to the Nines. I always get questions about my blue drill. It'll be linked down below for you. It'll also help support another great, amazing, creative YouTuber here. And you can also check out her channel. So that'll be linked down below for you. I just used it to drill a hole big enough for the base of the Christmas tree to sit down into, arrange the branches of the Christmas tree. Again, you can see I made them all go downwards. And then you can just add whatever kind of decorations around the tree. I had some different little houses. I added some candles. You could add some snow if you wanted. You could put lights on your Christmas tree if you wanted. Totally up to you, but I think it's a fun, versatile piece that you can use for a centerpiece or a nice shelf decoration. If you've been around a while, you have seen this snowflake wreath. This is kind of an iconic DIY that I made almost 6 years ago. If you have been around for it, leave me a snowflake emoji down in the comments below. You can see it is one of my most viewed videos, so I like to bring it back every year and revamp it, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's start with the base of this DIY. If you haven't seen it before, you need 6 Christmas trees. We're gonna put 2 together. Now, I've evolved in my crafting. Here I have used wire and hot glue to secure the center. Nowadays, I would use zip ties just because it's quicker, easier, mess-free. But again, you always use what kind of items that you have laying around the house to do your crafts, and if that's what you got, go for it. It works. This technique right here, it's not gonna come apart on you. So if you want it really secure, do this. If you want something quick and easy, use zip ties. So we have 3 sets of 2. We're going to cross them and then put the second one offset on top there. You can see that snowflake shape starting to come to life. We're going to use some more wire and hot glue to secure this shape in place. Now make sure you do all the fluffing of all your branches. That's going to fill up the wreath, make it look nice and full for you. And then you can leave it as is if you want, or we're going to go past that and beyond that and really decorate this up. So again, you can leave it the natural looking Christmas tree color, or what I'm doing here is using a little bit of white chalk paint. We're going to brush that onto the branches to give it a flocked look. Once that dried, I added a big fluffy wreath bow to the center, and then I'm going to add some Dollar Tree Christmas picks around that bow to give it some color and style. So again, whatever you have laying around the house or whatever style you have, use whatever ribbon and picks you have, or again, just leave it plain and simple. That is pretty too. And here is our finished beautiful snowflake pretty wreath. You could do this with those white Christmas trees that Dollar Tree has too if you really want the white snowflake look. That would be cute too, but sky's the limit here, make it your own. So that's cute and everything, but I told you I like to revamp this every year. So we're gonna do that, take it up a notch, and we're gonna grab one of these chalkboards that you can now get at Dollar Tree for $5, and we're gonna add one of the snowflake wreaths onto the front of this with a little bit of a twist. So first thing you wanna do is you're going to take a white paint pen or chalk marker, or even just regular white acrylic paint, and paint on some snowflakes. I'm just doing some general cross with an X snowflakes here, and then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do little dots for some more snowflakes, and then some heavier handed dots for some thicker snowflakes. Now keep in mind our wreath is gonna be mostly in the middle, so pay attention to the outside and the corners more so than the middle.
Down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish.
Now to build our wreath, like I said, I've evolved in my crafting, so this time we're gonna use zip ties to put this together. It's quicker, it's faster, it's not messy, so, you know, do what works best for you. We're gonna go with zip ties this time. So again, we're gonna put 2 and 2 together, but we're keeping in mind the size of this chalkboard this time instead of making one big giant wreath. So we've got 2 full-size trees together times 2, and then the third set we're actually going to cut it down in size because you can see the sides of our chalkboard are shorter, so we need to cut down the trees to make a shorter cross piece. All right, so how do we cut our Christmas tree down? Well, another one of my absolute favorite crafting tools that I've bought this year are bolt cutters. They've come in handy so many times, and they're coming in handy again with the trunks of these Christmas trees. So that tool will be linked down in the description box below for you. It's so much easier to cut through thick metal and things like that with them, and they are super cheap too, worth the investment. So again, 2 small Christmas trees that we cut down, zip tied together for the cross piece, and now we have more of a snowflake size that's going to fit on our chalkboard. Now notice that I used the back side of the chalkboard to put the wreath together for sizing purposes, but I didn't want to scratch the front of the chalkboard. So now that I've flipped that over, I can put the wreath on top, and we can gauge where we need to cut some holes into the chalkboard to secure it to the chalkboard. So I'm using an awl, which is just like a pick. This chalkboard is really thin, so you can use a drill if you want, but the pick thing works, or even like a screwdriver would work. And then we're going to use those extra long zip ties from Dollar Tree to secure this wreath through those holes onto the front of the chalkboard. Now this time I'm keeping it really, really simple. I'm not decorating up my wreath. So I do want to cover up those zip ties in the middle. So I'm just twisting a few branches over the zip ties, and that hides them perfectly. And that's all there is to it. It's ready to display. I really love the twist on the look of this wreath. It's kind of got a more modern look, kind of a more trendy look to it. But you can, of course, display yours how you want in your home, hang it on a wall, put it on a console table. Really beautiful end result. Keep your eye out all year long for Dollar Tree Christmas trees, because they also have them at Halloween and they have them at Easter, and I actually have this pink one that I used in my crafting space. So maybe you have a fun and funky Christmas theme. You can grab these throughout the year, hold on to them for Christmas time, and then use them for your home. You can see this cute pink one that I decorated up with all kinds of fun colors, like I said, for my craft room. I've also put together a video filled with 15 different Christmas tree hacks. If you want more ideas, I'll have that video popping up on your screen right now. You can click on over for more budget-friendly Dollar Tree Christmas tree hacks. And if you could, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you in the next one. Have a creative day.